What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the Fizz. This is, to my knowledge, the only show online where we actively, in a live format, go through new and interesting soda flavors that we have found either on the internet or just heard about, or in this case, other parts of the world. And we give them a try and see what we think about them. Now, I'm sure you're wondering who is this handsome, devilish man to EJ's right here. And this is the very first Fizz guest. This is my dad, Dan. Dan, tell him hi.
Hi, everybody.
All right, so very first time him being on the Fizz here. Now, there's
an honor.
There's a very special reason, and I'm glad to have you, because he's the reason for us having this episode this week. So before we get started, I want to say a very happy 4th of July to everyone. I hope your festivities are safe. You're having a good time. As you will probably hear throughout the course of this stream, that my neighbors all around are having a good time right now. There's fireworks all over the place, and so my mom's actually in the other room right now cuddling the dogs that are here, so because they're a little freaked out by the sound. So keep that in mind if you're planning on shooting off fireworks. Don't go too crazy with the pets there. Make sure that they're taken care of there. So hey, we got This Girl Can Eat watching. So if you haven't checked out her page, check that out. She does something similar to what we do here, except she eats really tasty food from interesting places. It's really pretty cool. She's had a couple of live episodes recently. They've been really good, so go check those out. So yeah, Adam is on the chat.
Oh, hi,
yeah, Adam Toth says hi. So yeah, basically, here's what we've got for you this week. We've got Coke plus coffee. Now, I've been seeing advertisements for this pop up all over the place, but it's not yet available in the United States of America. This is basically an import, but it's a very special one. Now, I've seen a couple of videos of people who've actually tried this and say that it's not that bad. So, Dad, why don't you go ahead and tell them how we actually came in possession of this imported can of Coke. Where'd it come from?
Well, actually, I was finishing up my world tour of from my new album, and we were in Israel and Greece to finish this up. And, packed houses everywhere. Fans are great over there. But anyhow, we were in the Isle Crete on the Greece cruise, and we'd stopped there. We were doing all the various tourist sites and running around there, and I happened to look at this little convenience store, and Coke is very big in Greece. Couldn't find Pepsi or Dr. Pepper or anything else like that, but Coke is king over there. And I saw this little convenience store, and that can caught my eye. I thought, Coke with coffee, that's great. That sounds exciting to me. And I was going to get one and try it because I was so excited. And they only had one can, and I immediately thought of the Fizz.
See, so he's got us taken care of here. He knows what's going to get us the ratings. He knows what's going to get us the views. All 6 of you. So,
yeah. See, I was ready to, drink it, but I thought, no, I can't do that. I thought, well, surely I'll find some more, but never saw another one the whole time there. So,
and we absolutely appreciate your sacrifice. So as a reward for his sacrifice for not trying it when he wanted to, I invited him to be a part of the show so he could try it with me here, and we can both give our opinion. Now, I understand there probably aren't going to be as many people watching tonight as usual because of 4th of July festivities, and you may be wondering, well, okay, why didn't you try a more American-style soda on the 4th of July? Because I already did that. Mountain Dew Liberty Brew, you can go into the archives and you can find that one. I did that back in, I want to say, May. But next week I'm going to be gone for a teen camp, so if I don't try this now, it's going to sit in my fridge for 2 weeks until I get back, and I just can't bear the thought of that. So we're going to go ahead and do this now. Now, before we get into it, though, this may sound familiar to you. The idea of Coke with coffee. If you've been around watching the scene for the past decade, you may remember that Coke has actually tried this before. Back in 2006, they came out with what was known as Coca-Cola Black. It was available in both metal and glass bottles at one point, I believe, and it was exactly that. It was Coke with coffee in it, or coffee flavoring. I'm not exactly sure what the formulation was there, but it didn't do very well here in the States, as far as what I can remember. I tried it one time, and it was all right. It wasn't anything that really rocked my world, but it was definitely an interesting take. But a lot of people are saying it was before its time, and the world now may finally be ready for coffee-infused Coke. Now, I know a lot of people have different interests as far as that's concerned. You may be wondering, okay, well, what if? See, now we got those fireworks going on right now, so bear with us on that. But you may be wondering, well, if I had to choose coffee or Coke, I don't know that I'd want them together. So what would I do? Well, we're not exactly sure how many of you are in what camp, so we wanted to go ahead and publish this week's poll for you. Gun to your head, if you had to choose coffee or soda, which would you choose? Or would you say, why not both? Why can't I have both? And if you're one of the people who say, why not both? Okay, we're already got one person, two people saying, no, we got one person for coffee and one person for soda. So we're 50-50 right now. But you may, if you're in the crowd and if you're watching and you're saying, well, why couldn't I have both? Then this might interest you. So with that being said, from what I heard, this is supposed to come back to America by the end of this year. I don't know that for sure. I've seen a couple of sources that have said that Coke is actually planning on unveiling this to the American market within the next 6 months or so. So we may actually start to see this hit shelves locally. And if we do, you'll get a chance to actually try this. So I'm very grateful to my dad here for bringing this back from his trip. So we're going to go ahead and get into this while you go ahead and vote. And I will go ahead and get this party started here with us. Let me take a look at a couple comments real quick. So Adam, you tried the Liberty Brew the other day, and it was great. We had some for our 4th of July party today, and I think there's only like a bottle of it left. We paused Stranger Things to watch the Fizz. Hey, that's awesome. I actually haven't started the new season yet. Has it started? If it started, I need to get to it. Coffee all day, every day, 24/7, all day grind. The thing about coffee is you can drink it any time of the day. A lot of people don't seem to think that it should exist outside of the morning hours, but I very tastefully disagree. So with that said, let's go ahead and get into it. What do you think?
I'm ready.
Let's do it. Okay, so you know how we do. First thing, we pop it open. We get that satisfying click all the way from Greece here. And the very first thing we're going to do, if you've been with us for any amount of time, hashtag sniff test. Let's do this. Okay. Give that a sniff there. So, initially, the very first thing that's popping out to me, it's not very strong, but the thing that's popping out to me is I am definitely detecting almost a burnt bean, like a very faint burnt bean scent there, a coffee bean. Like it was roasted, and they did all that. They ground it up, and then they let it set outside overnight. That's kind of what I'm getting right there. Like it at one point probably would have smelled very much stronger, but they let the coffee air out overnight. That's kind of the impression that I'm getting there.
Mine, the first smell was just straight Coke.
Okay.
And then I got a hint of the coffee scent later.
Okay.
And not really so much of a burnt, just kind of a very light coffee scent is what I got. I don't know how much of a sense of smell, so I don't know.
Oh, all right. Well, two different perspectives. So the next thing to do is, you know how it is. We got we got the glass, we got the ice. So we're gonna go ahead and start getting into it here a little bit. I need to let y'all see I'm not going to fill it up all that much yet because both of us are going to be doing this here. So, look at that satisfying caramel color and the fizziness of it. Try and split this 50-50 here.
That's right.
Yeah, it's definitely got the consistency of a Coke product. All right, so we're good there. So, with that said, we're ready to go. So,
cheers.
Cheers. Okay.
Well,
I feel like this is better than what I remember Coke Black being, but unique, obviously. The flavor has sort of a black coffee aftertaste to it.
I am initially getting coffee taste,
Yeah.
and then I get, it's just the opposite of when I smelled it. I get coffee taste, and then I get Coke. And then, yeah, I do have that aftertaste of coffee again.
Okay, so yeah, I think that's about where I am with that. It's predominantly coffee flavored. It's almost like carbonated coffee, but there is a sweetness to it that I would associate with the Coca-Cola flavor. So
yeah, it's definitely black coffee.
Yeah, I like it.
I like it too.
See, that's
I'm amazed.
I had posted in my promo for this, I posted a video to a link to a YouTube video that I watched where there was actually a wrestler that I follow who had tried this. He was in Mexico and he found it, and the phrase I think he used was, "I was expecting to hate it, but I actually surprisingly like it." And I wasn't expecting to hate it. I was expecting conflicting flavors.
That's it.
I was expecting there to be too heavy-handed on both sides, like too heavy-handed on the Coke flavoring, and then too heavy-handed on it. I was expecting it to taste almost like Coca-Cola, and then somebody poured coffee into it, because that's what I kind of remember Coke Black being like 10 years ago. But no, this is actually I think they very much decided to make this predominantly about the coffee. With the soft drink experience. So like the coffee taste and the soft drink experience. So yeah, that's about where I am with this. I like it.
Yeah, I'm surprised how much I like it. I don't drink much soda. I do enjoy coffee.
Oh yeah.
And but I would drink this again.
Well, if rumors are to be believed, then possibly by the end of this year we may start to see this rolled out on American shelves. So you probably get the opportunity again.
Your mother did some research on this and found on eBay, I believe it was selling for, correct me if I'm wrong on this, $12 a can. $12 a can.
Okay, so if you'd like to spend $12, you can go on eBay and you can import this and try it for yourself. But I'm in no hurry to spend. I don't know that I would spend $12. I would definitely. I would definitely spend whatever the normal retail price, like $1.50 a bottle or whatever, $1 for a can. But yeah. So yeah, very pleasantly surprised. If we're doing star ratings, I think I'm going to go ahead and give it a very generous 4.5 out of 5 stars. And I think I'm taking a half a star off of it just because it could stand to be a little bit sweeter. But that half a star is provisional because American soda is usually sweeter than any other soda in the entire world, and this came from Greece. So
yeah, and if you look at the bottom of the can there, right here,
there you
can see the Greek writing on it. I don't know if you can see that or not, but it's
at the bottom.
It's all Greek. Yeah, it's all in Greek. What it says, I guess, it probably says Coke with coffee. That's my guess.
It may very well, yeah. Or some sort of quip about soft drink, coffee-flavored soft drink or something to that effect. Okay, so let me dive into a couple of comments here real quick. Adam says, this has got to come to the U.S. I agree. Ricky says it is mostly coffee or Coke taste. So, yeah, mostly coffee. More coffee than Coke, I would say. And of course, Mom, who is literally sitting in the other room, says, time to go back to Greece. Well, I appreciate her doing it in the chat instead of shouting it over the air, because there's already enough noise going on with fireworks. Amazon, not eBay, is what Mom says. She says Amazon, not eBay. Okay, so if it's available on Amazon, you know, you might have a more, you might have a better chance of it actually being something like authentic and real, not like a rip-off. eBay, unfortunately, has had a reputation in the past where you buy something and then it's not what arrives is not what you ordered. So, yeah, that's about where I am with that. I don't really know if there's anything else to be said. Let me take a look at our poll here real quick and see how we're doing with that. 40% of you said you prefer coffee, 40% of you said you prefer soda, and 20% of you said why not both. So, if you were in that 20% that said why not both, then your drink is probably going to be in the U.S. here before the end of the year. And if not, feel free to spend $12 for a can of it online, and you will be very satisfied with what you're getting. All right, Ricky says, have you had Monster flavored coffee drinks? Java Monsters. There are mornings where my day's not going to start unless I'm able to grab one of those Java Monsters. I've had those for years. I love them. And then Adam says he's in the 20%. Ricky says, does it compare? It's a different experience. The Java Monster is, I guess they're marketing it as an energy drink, like an energy coffee drink, but it's like basically drinking iced coffee, flavored iced coffee. It's really good. I like them, although they're expensive. They're like $2.50, so I can't obviously get a lot of them very often. Otherwise, I would not have money to buy real coffee or anything else for that matter. So yeah, it's a different experience.
Yeah, this is carbonated too. So I think that makes a big difference.
Yeah, think carbonated coffee with a little bit of a Coke experience added to it, but ultimately it's just a nice, refreshing coffee flavored carbonated drink. So yeah, that's about where we are with that. I don't see any more coming in, so I think we're gonna go ahead and finish up here. We're going to go ahead and finish our Coke Plus coffee up, and then, have it again sometime within the next several months or whatever. So thank you so much for joining me this week, Ben. And it's been a great opportunity to be able to do this, and I hope that was worth the wait for you. Because I think it was definitely worth the wait from my end. So happy 4th of July, everybody. Thank you so much. You guys have a great evening. Be safe.
Yes.
And we'll see you on the next one.
All right. Bye.